Let me ask you something. How close were you to giving up? Yesterday, last week, maybe even this morning. How close were you to saying, it's too hard, it's not worth it? Maybe this just isn't for me. Because if you've ever felt that way, you're not weak, you're human. But here's the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. Ordinary people stop. Extraordinary people keep fighting. Success is predictable. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. And discipline shows up most clearly when quitting feels easier. Life will test you. It will test your patience. It will test your faith. It will test your commitment. It will knock on your door and ask, how bad do you really want this? And in that moment, your answer is not words. Your answer is action. See, anyone can fight when they're winning. Anyone can stay strong when the path is smooth. But the real measure of a person is what they do when things fall apart. When the money is tight, when the results are slow, when no one applauds, that's when champions are decided. It's not what happens that determines your future. It's what you do about what happens. So when life pushes you back, push forward. When doubt whispers, answer with effort. When fear says stop, take one more step. You don't need to feel fearless. You need to be faithful. Faithful to your goals. Faithful to your growth. Faithful to the promise you made to yourself. Because the fight, the struggle, the resistance, that's where character is forged. And character is what carries you to success. So today, I want you to remember something simple. You are stronger than this moment. You are bigger than this setback. You are capable of more than your fear suggests. This is not the time to fold. This is not the time to shrink. This is the time to stand, to breathe, to say quietly but firmly, I'm not done. Because winners are not those who never fall. They are those who keep fighting. Let me tell you something simple. Life is not easy. And it was never meant to be. If it were easy, everyone would win. Everyone would succeed. Everyone would finish what they start. But that's not how life works. Life tests you. It tests your patience. It tests your faith. It tests your endurance. And in those moments of testing, you discover who you really are. It's not what happens that determines your future. It's what you do about what happens. That's where the power of keeping fighting begins. You don't develop strength when everything is smooth. You don't build character when everything goes your way. Strength is formed in resistance. Character is built in conflict. Confidence is born in adversity. Every challenge you face is shaping you. Every setback is teaching you something. Every obstacle is asking, will you continue? Most people stop at the first sign of difficulty. They say, maybe this isn't for me. They say, maybe I'm not cut out for this. They say, maybe I should try something easier. But the ones who win, the ones who rise, the ones who achieve, they keep fighting. Here's something powerful. The fight is not just about the goal. It's about who you become in the process. You start the journey wanting success. But along the way, you gain resilience. You gain patience. You gain wisdom. And sometimes, those qualities are more valuable than the prize itself. Success is something you attract by the person you become. When you keep fighting, you are becoming someone stronger. Stronger than your doubts. Stronger than your fears. Stronger than your excuses. And that strength stays with you long after the battle is over. Here's the truth. Most battles are not physical. They're mental. Your mind will whisper, this is too hard. This isn't worth it. Just stop. But remember this. Feelings are temporary. Commitment is permanent. You may feel tired. You may feel discouraged. You may feel invisible. But those feelings do not define your future. Your decisions do. And the decision to keep fighting is the decision to grow. Let me give you something to think about. What if success is just one more attempt away? What if the breakthrough is right after the point where most people quit? The tragedy is not failure. The tragedy is quitting too soon. The man who tries and fails is stronger than the man who never tries at all. Every time you keep fighting, you are moving forward. Maybe not fast. Maybe not perfectly, but forward. And forward is enough. Talent is common. Desire is common. But persistence? That's rare. The person who keeps fighting will outlast the person who is more talented but inconsistent. The person who keeps showing up will outgrow the person who only shows up when it's easy. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. And one of those disciplines is refusing to quit, not because it's comfortable, but because it's necessary. Life will push you. Financial pressure, emotional setbacks, unexpected disappointments. You can either fold or you can push back. Push back with effort. Push back with discipline. Push back with faith. Not loud, not dramatic, just steady, quiet determination. That's the power of keeping fighting. When things get hard, look in the mirror and ask yourself, who do I want to be? Do you want to be the person who gave up or the person who endured? Because years from now, you won't remember how hard it felt. You'll remember whether you kept going. And there is a certain pride, a certain strength that comes from knowing you didn't quit, not angrily, not desperately, but steadily. Keep fighting when results are slow. Keep fighting when no one notices. Keep fighting when doubt creeps in. Because every round you survive, you become stronger. Every obstacle you face, you become wiser. Every setback you endure, you become more resilient. And resilience wins. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were stronger. Strength comes from the fight. So don't run from it. Embrace it. Stand tall in it. And when life asks, are you done yet? Answer firmly, no, I'm still here. And as long as you're still fighting, you're still in the game. Let me ask you a question. Who are you becoming? Not who are you today? Not who you were yesterday, but who are you becoming? Because life is not just about survival. It's about transformation. And the fight you're in right now, it's not just about money, not just about success, not just about proving someone wrong. It's about becoming. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Read that again. You don't chase success. You don't beg for opportunity. You don't demand respect. You become the kind of person that attracts those things. And that requires a fight. Most people think the battle is out there. The competition, the economy, the circumstances. But the real battle? It's within. It's the fight against procrastination. The fight against doubt. The fight against old habits that no longer serve you. You're not fighting the world. You're fighting the weaker version of yourself. And every day you choose discipline over comfort, you win around. Every day you choose growth over excuses, you win around. Every day you show up when you don't feel like it, you win around. That's how transformation happens. Not in one giant leap, but in small, consistent victories. Let's be honest. Change is uncomfortable. It stretches you. It exposes you. It forces you to confront your limits. But here's the truth. Staying the same is painful too. Regret is painful. Missed opportunity is painful. Knowing you could have done more, that's painful. So if you must endure pain, let it be the pain of growth. Let it be the pain that shapes you, the pain that strengthens you, the pain that prepares you, because the person you want to become is waiting on the other side of that discomfort. Before you can become more, you must see more. See yourself disciplined. See yourself confident. See yourself resilient. The mind is powerful. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, you'll act accordingly. But if you begin to say, I am growing, I am improving, I am becoming stronger, your actions begin to align with that belief. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. And sometimes that's all it takes. A decision, a commitment, a quiet promise to yourself that says, I will not settle. Fight for your future self. Think about the person you want to be 5 years from now. Stronger, wiser, more disciplined, more confident. That person is not built by accident. That person is built by daily decisions. Every time you wake up early instead of sleeping in, you're fighting for that person. Every time you study instead of scrolling, you're fighting for that person. Every time you choose courage instead of comfort, you're fighting for that person. It may not feel dramatic. It may not feel heroic, but it is powerful because you are shaping your identity. You don't become strong by thinking about strength. You become strong by practicing it. You don't become disciplined by wishing for discipline. You become disciplined by doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like it. Identity is not declared. It's demonstrated. Repeated action builds belief. Belief builds confidence. Confidence builds momentum. And momentum changes lives. So keep fighting, not just for the goal, but for the identity. Let me remind you of something important. Becoming takes time. There will be days you feel stuck, days you feel behind, days you question everything. That's normal. Growth is not a straight line. It's messy. It's slow. It's uncomfortable. But if you stay consistent, if you stay committed, if you stay in the fight, you will look back one day and barely recognize the person you used to be. And that's a powerful moment. There will always be temptation to go back to old habits, back to small thinking, back to comfort. But remember this, you've already seen what that life looks like. You've already felt that frustration. Why go back to what didn't satisfy you? Keep moving forward, even if it's slow, even if it's uncertain, because forward is where growth lives. At the end of the day, this isn't about applause. It's not about validation. It's about looking in the mirror and being proud of who you see, proud of your discipline, proud of your effort, proud of your resilience. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Better requires effort. Better requires patience. Better requires a fight. So keep fighting for your growth, for your discipline, for your future. Keep fighting for the person you want to become, because one day that person will thank you for not giving up. Let me tell you something important. Storms are not sent to destroy you. They are sent to develop you. Every life has seasons. Some bright, some dark, some calm, some chaotic. And it's easy to stay committed when the sun is shining. But can you stay committed when the storm hits? That's where the real fight begins. When pressure shows up, it reveals what you're built on. If your foundation is weak, you crumble. If your foundation is strong, you endure. Pressure doesn't create character. It reveals it. And if you don't like what pressure reveals, that's not a reason to quit. That's a reason to build stronger. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were stronger. Strength isn't developed in comfort. It's developed in resistance. Most people ask, why is this happening to me? A better question is, what is this teaching me? Hard times teach patience. Setbacks teach strategy. Failure teaches humility. And humility is powerful because when you are humble, you are teachable. And when you are teachable, you are unstoppable. The storm carries lessons, but only if you stay long enough to learn them. Here's something few people understand. The battle is not always about results. Sometimes the battle is about emotional control. Can you stay steady when things fall apart? Can you stay focused when distractions multiply? Can you stay disciplined when motivation disappears? Anyone can move forward when they feel inspired, but champions move forward when they feel tired. When you fight through the storm, you build emotional endurance, and emotional endurance creates leaders. Sometimes the storm feels like delay. You're working, you're trying, you're pushing, but nothing seems to move. Let me give you perspective. A seed underground looks like nothing is happening, but beneath the surface, roots are forming, strength is forming, stability is forming, and when the time is right, it breaks through. Your struggle may look silent, but growth is still happening. Keep fighting. Storms have a voice. They whisper doubt. They magnify fear. They exaggerate failure. They try to convince you that you are your setback. But you are not your setback. You are not your mistake. You are not your worst moment. You are the person who keeps standing back up. And every time you stand back up, you rewrite the story. Sometimes fighting doesn't mean attacking. Sometimes fighting means staying committed, staying disciplined, staying focused. While others panic, you remain steady. While others quit, you continue. That quiet consistency, that's power. Because time rewards those who endure. Here's the promise. Storms don't last forever, but the strength they build does. One day you will look back at this season, the stress, the doubt, the uncertainty, and you'll realize something powerful. It didn't break you. It built you. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. And one of those disciplines is this: refusing to surrender when it gets hard. So when the pressure rises, stand firm. When doubt creeps in, stand firm. When progress feels slow, stand firm. Because every storm you survive adds another layer of strength. Every challenge you endure adds another level of confidence. And the person who can endure the storm is the person who can handle success. Keep fighting, not with panic, not with fear, but with steady resolve. Because pressure doesn't weaken the committed. It empowers them. And if you stay in the fight long enough, you won't just survive the storm. You'll rise from it stronger than ever. Let me tell you where the real battle happens. Not on the stage, not in the spotlight, not when the applause is loud. The real battle happens in the dark, when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when no one would even know if you stopped. That's where champions are formed. Because fighting in public is easy. Fighting in private, that takes character. There are hours in your day that no one sees. Early mornings, late nights, moments of decision. Those quiet hours shape your destiny. Do you hit snooze? Or do you rise? Do you make excuses? Or do you make progress? Success is rarely dramatic. It's quiet. It's built in repetition. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day, not once a week, not when you feel inspired, every day. That's the fight. Motivation is powerful, but it's temporary. It comes and goes like emotion. Some mornings you feel unstoppable. Other mornings you feel uncertain. If you only fight when you feel motivated, you will lose more than you win. Discipline is different. Discipline shows up regardless of mood, regardless of weather, regardless of applause. Discipline says, I made a promise, and I keep promises, especially the ones made to yourself. You don't build power overnight. You build it in small, consistent actions. One workout, one page read, one extra effort. At first, it feels insignificant, but stacked daily, those small efforts become unstoppable momentum. Most people underestimate small disciplines. They wait for big breakthroughs, but breakthroughs are built on the back of tiny decisions. And those tiny decisions are made in the dark. Here's something powerful. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your standards. If your standard is comfort, you'll choose ease. If your standard is excellence, you'll choose effort. Standards are invisible commitments. They define what you tolerate. They define what you accept. And when no one is watching, your standards are all that guide you. Raise them quietly, consistently, relentlessly. The world wants everything now. Quick success, quick recognition, quick results. But lasting success, it requires patience. It requires planting today for a harvest months or years away. That's not glamorous. It's not exciting, but it's powerful. The ability to delay gratification is the ability to control your future. When you choose discipline over distraction, you are choosing long-term strength over short-term pleasure. That's how you fight in the dark. Every private victory changes how you see yourself. When you follow through, you trust yourself more. When you stay consistent, you respect yourself more. And self-respect is powerful because when you respect yourself, you demand more from yourself. You expect excellence. You expect growth. You stop negotiating with weakness. That identity shift happens quietly, but it changes everything. Here's something few people understand. Consistency compounds. Just like money invested over time grows, Discipline invested daily multiplies. One day of effort doesn't look impressive, but 365 days, that's transformation. 5 years, that's reinvention. Most people quit before consistency compounds. They stop before the results show. But the person who keeps fighting in the dark eventually shines in the light. And when people see the result, they call it luck. But you'll know the truth. It was discipline. Don't focus on winning the year. Win today. Fight today's distractions. Fight today's doubts. Fight today's laziness. Today is manageable. And if you win enough days, you win the week. Win enough weeks, you win the month. Win enough months, you win the year. It starts small, but it ends powerful. One day, the work done in the dark will speak in the light. The discipline no one saw will produce results everyone notices. The fight no one applauded will create strength no one can deny. And you'll stand there, calm and steady, not surprised, because you know what it cost. So keep fighting. When it's quiet, when it's lonely, when it's hard, fight in the darkness, because that's where real power is built. And when the time comes to step into the light, you won't need to prove anything. Your discipline will speak for you. Let me tell you something. Most people give up too soon. They quit when results are slow. They stop when the path gets hard. They surrender when no one is watching. But winners keep fighting. They fight past fear. They fight past doubt. They fight past discomfort because they understand a simple truth. The person who keeps going is the person who wins. Success isn't about luck. It isn't about magic. It's about persistence. It's about refusing to quit. It's about showing up one more time than everyone else. Fight beyond your limits. The fight is not just about what you see. It's about what you cannot see. The sweat you pour in private. The discipline you maintain when no one applauds. The courage to take one more step despite fear. That's where greatness is born. Every time you push past what feels comfortable, you expand your limits. Every time you choose effort over ease, you strengthen your resolve. And the more you fight, the stronger you become. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Better requires fighting. Better requires consistency. Better requires refusing to quit. Pressure is not punishment. It's a test. It's a chance to rise. A chance to prove your commitment. A chance to grow. Every obstacle you face is a stepping stone. Every setback is a lesson. Every moment of resistance is an opportunity. The lion doesn't run from the storm. It uses it to sharpen its claws, strengthen its legs, and roar louder. And so must you. Winning is not about the trophies. It's about who you become while fighting. Your courage, your patience, your discipline, your integrity. These are the things that endure. These are the things that matter. Success is something you attract by the person you become. The fight molds your character. It teaches you to stay calm under pressure. It teaches you to focus when distracted. It teaches you to lead when others quit. And when your character is solid, success will follow. Most people quit right before the breakthrough. They give up when the answer is one step away. They stop when success is closer than they think. Remember this. Every great story, every legendary triumph was written by someone who refused to quit. Someone who kept moving. Someone who kept learning. Someone who kept fighting. If you want the life you dream of, you must be willing to fight for it. Every day, every moment, without excuse, fight for your vision. What is your vision? What are you fighting for? Your dreams won't come knocking. Your goals won't chase you. Your future won't build itself. You must fight for it. One step at a time. One day at a time. One choice at a time. Every decision to act, every refusal to quit, every moment of courage brings you closer to who you are meant to be. Victory is not easy. Victory is not instant. Victory is not guaranteed, but victory is earned. It is earned by those who refuse to quit, by those who keep fighting when it hurts, by those who push when others pause, by those who move forward when most would retreat. And when you finally reach your breakthrough, You'll look back and realize it was all worth it. Every struggle, every challenge, every fight. So here's the truth. Life will always have obstacles. Challenges will always come. Fear will always whisper. But you are stronger than all of them combined. Keep fighting. Fight through the pain. Fight through the doubt. Fight through the darkness. Because the person who keeps fighting is the person who wins. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Fight, persist, endure, and eventually, victory is inevitable. Your fight matters. Your struggle shapes you. Your persistence defines you. So stand tall, stay strong, and never. The world belongs to those who keep on fighting. Remember this, the fight is not over. The struggle is not in vain. Every step forward, no matter how small, matters. You may be tired. You may feel unseen. You may want to quit. But the person who wins is the one who keeps going. So stand up. Take one more step. Keep fighting for the life you deserve. Don't quit. Keep fighting. Your breakthrough is closer than you think.